Have you ever seen something so terrifying that it sent chills down your spine, but you couldn't tell anyone because no one would believe you? Today, we're going to show you 2 real clips that defy human explanation. A forest where even the leaves stay silent, and a figure that steps boldly into daylight as if it no longer needs to hide. These aren't just videos, they're warnings. And if both clips are real, then believe me, we are not alone in the woods. They thought it was just another quiet day in the wilderness, but when the camera started rolling, they captured something that should never have existed. Deep in the forests of Oregon, where the mist clings to the trees like a second skin, and the silence holds ancient secrets, there's a place few dare to tread. Jabez Cascade, a remote, overgrown area marked only by forgotten ranger trails and the occasional whisper from hikers who swore they heard something watching them. In the summer of 2017, 2 brothers, Mark and Dylan Travers, set out for a weekend of backcountry camping near Jabez Cascade. Armed with GoPros, trail cams, and a drone, they were hoping to capture stunning shots of the dense woodland, waterfalls, and maybe a few deer. What they caught instead remains unexplained to this day. The video begins unremarkably, birds chirping, leaves crunching, the brothers setting up camp and laughing. But 11 minutes into the footage, just after Dylan sends the drone up for a wide aerial shot of the tree line, something changes. The birds stop singing. There's a strange crackle in the air, like static electricity. Dylan mutters, "Did you hear that?" Mark replies, "Sounded like a branch snapping." They shrug it off. But seconds later, the drone captures something none of them saw until weeks later, when they reviewed the footage at home. At the far edge of the frame, between 2 moss-covered pine trunks, a figure moves, tall, broad, upright, covered in dark matted hair. But it doesn't move like a bear. It doesn't lumber. It walks with intent, almost like it knows it's being watched, and it doesn't care. When the footage was slowed down and stabilized, the figure appears to turn its head toward the drone, and for just a brief moment, you can see the reflection of light in one eye. Now, this is where it gets strange. That night, the brothers reported hearing 3 distinct knocks echoing from deep within the forest. Not falling branches, not animals, but deliberate, rhythmic wood knocks. A sound many Bigfoot researchers claim is how the creature communicates. Then came the howl. Long, low, almost mournful. Not a wolf, not a coyote. Something deeper, more primal.
The next morning when they woke, they found something terrifying just outside their tent. Footprints, massive, deep. Each print was nearly 17 inches long, 5 toes, no shoes, leading from the forest straight to the creek where they'd been gathering water. And then they just stopped. No return prints, no sign of retreat. Almost like whatever made them just vanished. When they returned to civilization, the Travers brothers uploaded a short compilation of their trip to a small hiking channel. The drone clip was buried at the end. No mention of the figure, no drama, just background footage. But then someone found it. A sharp-eyed viewer noticed the movement in the trees. They zoomed, they slowed, they enhanced. Comments blew up. Is that what I think it is? That's not a bear. No way that's human. The clip spread like wildfire through cryptid forums and Bigfoot communities. Experts debated it, skeptics dismissed it, but no one could definitively say what it was. The Forest Service was contacted, but they denied any unusual activity in the area. In fact, they claimed Jabez Cascade wasn't even an official name on their registry anymore, almost as if someone wanted it erased. And then the Travers brothers went silent. Their channel inactive, emails unanswered. Their last post simply read, "There's more, but we're not sure we want to show it." To this day, no one knows what they meant. No new footage was ever released, no follow-up, no explanation. But the questions remain. What did they really find out there? Was it just an optical illusion, a trick of the light, a misidentified animal? Or was it something else, something watching, something ancient, something that doesn't want to be found? You see, the Pacific Northwest has always been a hotspot for Bigfoot encounters. Thousands of reported sightings, howls, wood knocks, vanishing footprints. Entire books have been written on the but this video, this one stands out. Not because it's clear, not because it's definitive, but because of what it implies. That maybe the stories are true, that maybe we're not alone in these forests, and maybe it's not a matter of if we find Bigfoot when he decides to find us. Now, here's where it gets even creepier. A local hunter, after seeing the video, claimed he had seen a similar figure in the same region 2 years prior while tracking elk. He said it moved fast, almost silently, left no scent, and when he returned to the spot the next day, he found deer carcasses stripped clean with no drag marks, as if something had lifted them whole and walked away. He never went back. Whether the Jabez Cascade footage is real or not is still up for debate. But the silence of the Travers brothers, the sudden halt of their channel, and the same
Isn't a blurry photo. It's not a shadow behind a tree. This is movement, muscle, presence, and once you see it, you'll never walk alone in the woods the same way again. This is the story of a video so strange, so unexpected, that it's quietly become a favorite among Bigfoot researchers, skeptics, and believers alike. Captured near Baxter, Tennessee, this video may be one of the most compelling pieces of Bigfoot footage ever caught on camera. But what makes it different isn't just what we see, is what we don't understand. Let's rewind. The footage starts out unremarkably. The person behind the camera, whose identity remains anonymous, appears to be exploring the edge of a wooded area, possibly testing a camera or scouting a trail. It's broad daylight and the view is calm, almost peaceful. Then it happens. From behind the tall grass and undergrowth, a figure appears. It doesn't run, it doesn't stumble. It walks smoothly, deliberately, across the frame, and it's massive. The proportions are what immediately catch your eye. The arms hang low, the torso is thick, the gait is heavy, but not clumsy. It doesn't move like a man in a suit. It moves like something with weight, power, muscle. You can almost feel the gravity in each step, and just as quickly as it appears, it's gone. Now, let's talk about what makes the Baxter Bigfoot video so intriguing. First, the clarity. This isn't your typical shaky cam footage or night vision blob from 2003. It's clear daylight with enough resolution to make out movement, shape, and most importantly, proportion. Researchers have pointed out several key anatomical details.
Why is the creature's behavior so calm? See, in many alleged Bigfoot sightings, the creature flees or hides immediately. But the Baxter figure? It walks out in the open, like it knew something and wanted to be seen. And then there's the aftermath. According to local reports, though still unconfirmed, other sightings occurred near Baxter in the weeks following the footage. Campers reported strange howls at night. Hunters found trees scratched high above human reach. One hiker even claimed to find a footprint nearly 19 inches long, with a mid-tarsal break pattern, something primate researchers say is consistent with non-human bipedal locomotion. But again, no one can prove it, and that's what makes this case so chilling. It's not just about the video itself, it's about what the video suggests, that something large, intelligent, and elusive may be living among us, hiding in plain sight, and choosing when to reveal itself. And maybe this time, it chose Baxter. Let's break down some key frames. When the figure emerges from the underbrush, its posture is relaxed. The arms swing in rhythm. Its knees bend with a fluid, natural stride, not the stiff, awkward wobble you'd expect from a person in costume. Even more interesting, there's no visible face. The head is dark, featureless. Some speculate this could be due to backlighting, others think it's intentional, adding to the mystique, making the creature less identifiable. And if that's not strange enough, listen to the sound. There's a brief moment, barely noticeable, when the figure passes, a low, resonant rustle, heavier than a deer, not quite a bear, like the weight of a refrigerator moving through the woods. And that sound, it stops abruptly, as if whatever it was knew how to move quietly when it wanted to. Many cryptid researchers believe Bigfoot isn't just a physical creature, but an intelligent, evasive presence, capable of avoiding trail cams, mimicking animal sounds, and even manipulating its environment to avoid detection. And the Baxter footage, it adds fuel to that fire. Now ask yourself, if this was a prank, why risk it in broad daylight? Why not edit the footage, add a jump scare, or go viral with a face reveal? Instead, the original uploader said nothing. No monetization, no claims of fame, just a clip, no explanation, no follow-up. Like the forest itself offered up a secret, then closed its mouth again. So here we are. A short, blurry, but not blurry enough video. A figure that might be a hoax, or might be the clearest evidence yet of something extraordinary. The truth is, we may never know for sure, but we'll keep watching. We'll keep digging, because something is out there, and every frame brings us closer.